Dang, mama.
Hey, Professor Overby.
You know, enjoying these good old black shows that Netflix is putting out.
I definitely have been binge watching Friend on my own time. Just playing it in the background, catching up on these shows because I was a little kid. I didn't understand what they were talking about and all that. But now as an adult, I can kind of see things different and actually laugh at it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I've just been realizing as an adult how things are just so similar fashion to what we knew it to be, but also different watching it now. Because it's like, I don't know if I would have done the things that they did.
Especially being so pressed. But Nikki got her man.
She did.
Eventually. I was telling Fran we were watching the Parkers, and they were at a junior college, but yet they still had a sorority and all that. You were supposed to finish the A, friend.
Oh shit! I've started drinking.
Yes,
but yeah, they did have a AAA sorority and a triple X
sorority,
fraternity. So that's. But it was good.
It's good to catch up and see and laugh and see old faces before they got their own show or really took off in their own career. So yeah,
that's definitely.
So how was your week?
Week has been good. Work has slowed down a little bit. Knock on wood. So I had to really just take some time and give praises to the highest of the high,
Amen.
My God, because I needed that slowdown. A brother is tired. So yeah. Other than that, we just getting things done. You know what was therapeutic for me yesterday?
What was
cleaning my bathroom?
Oh, friend, you took care of that ring.
I did. I took care of that ring. And really get in there with those scrubbing bubbles and. It just was, I don't know, cleaning for me is therapeutic because it's like part of it is cleaning physically and then part of it is cleaning mentally.
Right, and we're going to talk about that later on in the show. When you clean, do you play music, clean up woman, things like that?
Yeah, I play music. I listen to, ironically, I listen to either our podcast or a few other ones that I do enjoy.
Okay.
But yeah, I definitely have something in the background to just vibe out to.
My Ken's cooking some cookies for us,
y'all, because I'm over here hungry, y'all.
It's Rewine the week and bacon at the same time. Ken's gonna go get those cookies before they burn, but my favorite room in my house or my apartment is the bathroom, and I like to clean and make sure it's good there. That's where I go to meditate and everything in the bathroom. So the bathroom is definitely like a must clean on my agenda in my apartment. So this past weekend, I was able to spend time with my mother. It was her birthday. I don't know how old mother is. I can do the math, but
you not know how old your mom is.
She ain't gonna tell. Lady never tells. But it was a great time. We went out to Old Town Alexandria and just walked around the city with our masks and just enjoyed the history, enjoy the food, of course, and each other's company. Definitely take time to honor your mother, your queen, if you can. And I was so glad to spend that time with her. She's in Richmond, Virginia, and I am in Fairfax. So it was great for her to come on up and spend some time with me despite the COVID. Even Miss Rona couldn't keep Miss Gordon away from her son. So shout out to you, Mama. So yeah,
that is awesome. So glad you got a chance to spend time with Mom. Show her, a good time away from home, because we spent a lot of time at home and just to get out, even though it is a little scary at times. But we'll make it work.
How those cookies looking, friend?
They look good. Hopefully they are good.
And hopefully they go well with this wine we drinking.
We don't have some fucked up stomachs. But anyways.
So, guys, today we have a guest on our show, Arturo Hill from Real Tea, Real Talk, and we'll be talking about mental health therapy. So the title of this segment, coming shortly with Grab Your Glasses, will be There For Me. So kind of talking about therapy, what to look for in looking for a therapist, or finding the resources, and also the signs of how you can spot someone from who is suffering from a mental illness, because it's not always visible. We wear physical masks right now, but some people have emotional masks. So we're going to try and talk about that as well as we dive into the show. So we look forward to having Arturo Hill, friend of the show, friend and supporter, join us for this discussion, friend.
Yes, I'm excited to speak with him as well. So it should be a interesting segment.
I'm here for it.
So hopping into the King and Queen segment, Fran wanted to talk about a local restaurant because he had the experience of eating there today, which is Caribbean Plate, located in Falls Church, Virginia. You can Google them. They have a website. And Fran, how's the review?
So, thank you, friend, for picking up that order. Because it's close to friend. So, I got the oxtails and pasta and beef patty, which was good and very good with that sriracha sauce with the beef patty. It was my first time having oxtail, so it's a different taste for me, but I think it tastes a little bit like roast beef in a way. And my friend will always talk to me about oxtails, and I was like, well, I guess I'll try it and support this black business as well, and in Northern Virginia. So it's Caribbean Plate, and their mission is to provide authentic Jamaican fare and welcoming ambience. They have great island vibes, which is coupled with excellent service, and they offer an unforgettable food experience. And they look forward to serving you guys if you're interested. They are in Falls Church, Virginia. They were once in Maryland, and then they moved to Falls Church. So representing for Northern Virginia and the black-owned businesses. Their menu is online at caribbeanplate.biz, B-I-Z, and I can tell you that I had the oxtails, my first time having it, so I have nothing to compare it to, but I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed my meal, rather, and the pasta was a lot. So you definitely get, at least for me, your money's worth with the food. So yeah.
Well, awesome.
All right, kid.
So, we're just going to mosey right on along to that good old Pop the Cork.
Yes, pop it, friend.
So, I really don't have any, petty Pop the Cork.
For once. Because, friend be petty.
I mean,
let's get that positive energy. I think I'm wearing off.
Don't get used to it, though. Get used to it.
I'm working on him,
It's
guys.
coming. The petty is coming back. Don't you worry.
I'm working on it.
But what I am enjoying is the various black shows that are popping up on Netflix. Moesha, Girlfriends, The Parkers. Did I miss one?
Girlfriends, The Parkers, Moesha. That's all I can think of right now.
For some reason, I feel like I'm missing one.
Friend birthday coming up. He's showing his age.
Tell me about it. But I am enjoying those shows. It's making me realize that even, in the mid to late 90s and the early 2000s, we had our presence on television, and it's just been fun. I mean, the laughter. I definitely have many cackles. But I didn't realize there was so many damn episodes. 6 seasons, and each season be 25 episodes. I'd be like, now come on now.
That's because we were so probably used to those commercials.
Yeah, and we were used to it coming on every week. And it was seasons were pretty long. So that's what I found interesting. I also thought that just the graphics of the show, and when they would do various scenes, it's just funny to me now, or funny to us now, because we have so much. We have better graphics.
Mm-hmm.
So watching it then, or watching it now versus then, because it was state of the art then, but now it's like, ooh, you know.
You know, I would be happy if they get Martin. That was my show.
Yes.
That was my show. I would sneak home. Once I get home, I'm supposed to do homework, but I would always tune into Martin on UPN when it came on UPN, and before it came to CW. And
Mama, if you listen, he was sneaking.
And when Mama pulled up, I took that remote and got that TV, turned it off, and went to the kitchen table to do my homework.
All right.
But
the kitchen table was such a staple for us growing up. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all can relate. You better do your homework at the kitchen table, and you better not get up until it's done.
Friend, we need a segment called the kitchen table.
I mean, it'd be cute to have a little segment
or a little title at the kitchen table.
Or the kitchen nook.
Bills got paid on the kitchen table.
They did. Bills got paid on the kitchen table. You got
dinner was served.
Dinner was served.
Homework was done. The family discussions were done on the kitchen table.
It was definitely a fixture in the home that seen a lot of traffic. A lot of traffic. It experienced a lot of different emotions, from laughter to anger to, just so much. So. Yeah.
Awesome. Great. We went from talking about shows at the kitchen table.
I mean, hey.
But hey, this is what we do here at Rewine-ing.
We sitting at the kitchen table right now.
Hello, and this is one of my favorite kitchen tables, man. It's Friend's kitchen table.
Oh, well, thank you, friend. I appreciate it.
So, guys, friend, what are we drinking today?
So, today we are drinking good old Cabernet Sauvignon from West Cape in South Africa.
Yes.
So the brand is called Arabella, and this is a 2018 model, if you're looking for a 2018. So this wine we got this wine from Naked Wines. This is said to pair well with cheeses, pastas, with cream sauce, lamb, and beef. It has ripe plums, rich berries, and a soft silk finish. It has a lot of body. And I personally like a good Cabernet. So this one is, when I tasted it first time, I was like, okay, body and bold,
it is bold. How do you compare it to the others that you have had?
So the others I've had has had a sweet vibe to it, just a little bit. This one has more of a earthy undertone. But I do like it. I think it has a great taste. So I'm enjoying it. I feel like I got a good buzz off of it because y'all are hearing a lot more of me today. So it must be doing its job.
I like the wine. It pairs well with cheese, pasta, creamy sauce, which creamy sauce. And I had both of those, pasta and creamy sauce, with the oxtails. Pairs well with lamb and beef. And it has ripe plums, rich berries, and a silky, soft finish. I like it. I definitely would get it again. It's from Naked Wines. Naked Wines basically have a program called Angels, in which they help struggling wine businesses or businesses who own wines to get more publicity, as well as getting their names out there. And so that's how I came across them, and I saw that in the box of 6 wines that I got on sale for $42. Yes, 6 wines for $42. One of them was this, and the wine I like it. It goes well. It smells good. It goes well with what we're having with the pasta and the oxtails, and hopefully these chocolate chip cookies.
Okay.
So guys, today we're going to be grabbing our glasses, and we're going to have Arturo Hill with us. And Arturo Hill, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing good. So welcome to Rewinding the Week with K and J.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome, welcome. Hey.
Arturo is from Real Tea, Real Talk. Do you mind telling our listeners a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So, Real Tea, Real Talk is a group for Black gay men, and we talk about a lot of different issues. We talk about mental health, but then we also talk about light subjects like music, pop culture, wellness. We try to talk about everything.
Awesome. And I've been to a few of Real Tea, Real Talk's presentations, and I can say they definitely make an impact throughout the community, whether it be in Northern Virginia or the DMV area as well. So today we're going to talk about mental health and therapy. Again, this is called There For Me. Ken and I have shared on the show previous episodes about us going through therapy and counseling, dealing with our own mental illness or depression or things that we're trying to do. How does that work for you? How do you find a good therapist or get help? Arturo, what do you think?
There's various answers to that. When it comes to therapy, if you work and you have workers insurance, you can go through that way. Also, going to, different counselors. There's also like a lot of group organizations that help sponsors and help cover, therapy appointments. But also, if you don't have that, reaching out to your friends and your loved ones for support, because, not everybody can afford to go to therapy or, seek services right away.
Okay. And when we were talking, I know when me and Ken was talking, we were talking about how you have people who, right now, of course, we have our physical masks to protect us from COVID, but you don't always see the emotional mask that we have, that we cover, of what is going on maybe inside of our head or inside of our lives. Now, when you and I talked, Arturo, we talked about the 5 common mental health problems. Do you mind pointing those out for us?
Oh, sure. So 5 are some of the most common ones that a lot of us deal with. We deal with, some of us deal with, bipolar disorder, clinical depression, also a lot of general anxiety disorders. We also deal with some schizophrenia, and to me, I think the most impactful one that we deal with is post-traumatic stress disorder,
okay.
PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the symptoms of these can be, hypervigilance, social isolation, not sleeping enough or sleeping too much,
Mm-hmm.
Eating, overeating, also, mood swings. But when I say mood swings, I don't necessarily mean like you're happy and then 2 minutes later you're upset. No, these are like gradual changes over the course of weeks to days to months and stuff.
Okay.
Impulsive, behaviors, a lot of things.
Okay. Now, when I'm going through like a mental breakdown or I feel like I'm on the verge close to it, one of my coping mechanisms is either sex or finding, maybe taking a sip of alcohol here and there or some things. So, what about you, Ken? Like, how do you cope? Like, is there a good coping mechanism that you do for yourself? Is there a bad one when it comes to when you're feeling overwhelmed or like a mental thing is going to take place?
And y'all thought I was a freak. Because this man said sex in the beginning, the first one.
I'm just being honest.
So, as far as like coping, I don't necessarily know, or it depends on who you ask whether or not it's going to be a bad coping mechanism or a good coping mechanism. For me, as far as like relieving stress and anxiety, it is a herbal base. there. I lead to that and let y'all think what you
CBD.
think. It is a herbal for me, and also I just like to be able to clear my head. So actually, we talked earlier about cleaning. For me, like cleaning, my bathroom or my condo or house, whatever, it's something to keep me busy. Helps to clear my mind of any anxiety and thoughts that may be triggering. So that's how I cope.
What do you think, Arturo? What is a good way to cope? Maybe I don't really feel like talking to a therapist, or if going online and finding a therapist, or going through my insurance. What are some of the good coping mechanisms you would say, and what are some of the red flags that more help needs to be sought?
I'd say some good coping mechanisms would be like, meditation is always good. If you can't, like you said before, if you can't get to a therapist, maybe journaling, maybe writing down some of your feelings. But for me, I find like doing hobbies, really like takes my mind off of it, because when you go do these things, you need a distraction.
Right.
And not to always turn to substances or things like that, because those only like exacerbate, what you're going through. So finding like really cool hobbies to do, walking, hiking, drawing, cooking, as Ken said, cleaning, just things like that, take your mind off of it and just give you a lot of clarity, I think, is some good ways, to cope with it. And then also, being a friend to yourself, not criticizing yourself. Because when you go through, your mental breakdowns and your mental moments, it's so easy and so normal to criticize yourself and to kind of play into the negative Nancy role that mental health does.
Right.
But, just talking yourself off the ledge and just reminding yourself that you're human, that what you're going through, it's going to be fine. Just, not feeding into the negativity, and microwaves is another good way to kind of help cope with it.
Awesome. That's a good point that you made, because I know for me, I'm my own worst critic. And I'm so hard on myself, which have different voices in your head. Like, you're doing enough. It's like, oh, you're not doing enough. And so, just like you said, taking that time for yourself, whether it's doing like what Ken does, cleaning, or seeking, advice from friends or people. I think one thing that helps me to cope is encouraging other people. That's one thing that I like to do, is to say, hey, keep up the good work, even though I may feel like I'm not doing enough for myself, but also helping promote other people. I did a little research, because Ken knows I do the research. And so I was researching through the Trevor Project, and they have found that Black LGBTQ youth are accessing professional care at lower rates. So what do you say to Black LGBTQ people that are experiencing professional care through lower rates? How can we increase that number?
Just by doing, what we're doing now, spreading awareness, just really giving a voice to mental health, because a lot of people don't even realize what they're going through as mental health, because we, some of us have like this one view of what mental health looks like. So just, encouraging people, don't ignore the signs. When you feel like you're going through something, really, reach out for help. Stress the opportunities as much as possible. It's going to take a while, because in our communities, it's so many things to unpack, and mental health is still something that's still kind of low on the totem pole when it comes to things to, unpack, so it's going to take a while for, the rates to go up, but I believe that it's getting there, because I've just been seeing so many things in the news and in the media about mental health, especially since, this year and everything that's happened.
Awesome. Thank you, Arturo, for joining with us today on this talk. And where can our listeners find more information about Real Tea, Real Talk, and what you do?
Sure. So, to find some more information, you can visit our website. I have a blog on Nova Salute website, which is www.novasalute. I'm sorry, www.novasalute.org. And
Okay.
you can also go and visit me on Instagram at Real Tea Real Talk _
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll put that information with to our listeners through YouTube and our social media channel. So I appreciate you taking the time to talk with Ken and I about this um, topic.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, and talk to you soon, buddy.
Yes.
Bye bye. All right, guys. So that was Arturo Hill from Real Tea, Real Talk, and we talked about the resources available for people. For me, I go through my EAP, my Employee Assistance Program, and even if they can't help, they make sure that they can find someone who can relate to me, especially as a young Black gay male. Lucky for me, my EAP has been great in connecting with me and my issues, but that may not be the case for everybody. So definitely check out your insurance, check out online the Trevor Project and other opportunities that you may have for that. So Ken, what do you think about the discussion?
It is something that definitely hits home for me. I have been on my therapy journey from the beginning of this year. I had a tough time during January after dealing with a relationship situationship that was no longer. So just coping with that, in addition to the season being what it was, which was cold and dreary, and so I decided to finally pick myself up off of my floor and seek help, and that was the best decision that I had ever did, in my life. And I'm so thankful for my experience through therapy and just talking out my concerns and getting to a resolve and making a plan. So it's been nothing but great. And guys, it is okay to not be okay. Oftentimes we say all the time, oh, we're okay, but sometimes we just need to admit, and be honest with ourselves and say, actually, I'm not okay.
Don't put up the front.
Yeah.
Because some of the people you comparing yourself to on social medias or whatever, it looks like they have it all or whatever. You're just getting half the story.
Exactly.
You're not getting the full story. And they may be in therapy or may need therapy as well, because not everything that we go through can be seen. I've been in EAP for about a year, and a half, and it's one of the best things I've ever done with my life. I'm able to talk and able to vent, and the resources are there. Don't be too proud. Growing up, we would hear pray it away, or you ain't praying enough. No, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to be Christian or whatever your faith is, and also still struggle and have these doubts about yourself. So don't, like I said,
religion does not equate to what you're feeling on a regular basis. And yes, trust and believe me, I prayed very often and very frequent about what I was going through. But God also provided me with the resources.
Yeah, that could be answered prayer too.
He provided me with the people to step in and say, "Hey, I know you're not okay. Let's see, can we get to a place to where you eventually will be okay? Let's work on the tools necessary to get you there." So I do recommend therapy for everyone, and no matter where you are in life, if you're dealing with some heavy things or if you're dealing with some things that that you feel are light, but actually on the surface they are light. But if you dig a little deeper, there's some things going on. So yeah, take care of yourself. Take care of your mental just as well as you take care of your physical, because that's important, especially in the day that we live in. It is a lot. It is a lot to deal with.
Yeah, and when I did research, I found that Black LGBTQ youth are really suffering in depression as well as lack of mental health care. So definitely try and be an advocate for those who are in that field and who need the help. No judgment, no hate, just understanding. And if you have a friend you can't really talk to about that stuff or really say, I need help, Suzanne, whoever you are, you might want to reevaluate what that person means to you in your life and where they fit into your life. So that is what we have for Grab Your Classes.
Well, that is awesome. And again, thank you to Arturo Hill for joining us and talking about therapy, or like we like to say, there for me. There
for me. Be there for one another. So before we wrap up, thank you guys. I had a call. I had a death in the family from one of my uncles. So my brother was calling, so you may have heard his ringtone. But I want to pour that out and finish this wine from South Africa and this cookie. So just referencing back to what we talked about, I want to pour it out as far as saying what Ken touched on is that it's okay to not be okay. And that's something that I said in season 1. It's so much going on right now, with COVID, with furlough of people who may have been on the airlines as well as working at the theme park, far as Disney and Universal Studios, whatever the case may be. And it's definitely important that we take time to meditate with ourselves to determine how can we make it through this next chapter in our lives, and who can be there for us in talking about the next chapter in our lives. So my pour that out is for all of you guys who are just trying to figure out what it is that I need to do for myself and where it is that I need to be going, because I feel that way myself. And it's with friends, it's with my counselor, and also by reading my Bible and things that I'm able to get through, but I don't always feel it all the time. I have my days where I just don't want to be bothered with, and that's okay, and that's all right. You're not a superhero, and that's one thing I had to understand. Queen Bee said, who's there to save the hero when she's left all alone, or when he's left all alone? And so my pour that out is take time for yourself. Take time for your mental health, because you're going to realize who is really there for you, like I did when I had to take some time off. So that's my pour that out, friend. So thank you.
Awesome. And as per usual, we like to leave you guys with some motivation. So for this week, we're going to highlight Taraji P. Henson. She actually has a show that's coming out on Facebook called Peace of Mind. And that title may actually change, but it focuses on mental health, which is, as we've stated time and time again, very important. She has a foundation called Boris Lawrence Henson Foundation, which is named after her father who struggled with mental health. So check that out. That is BorisHensonFoundation.org. There's plenty of resources there on that site, or to make a donation to the foundation. And just one snippet that she provided, for us to read to you guys, is that she said, no one should suffer in silence. We're in this together. And I definitely agree that none of us should be suffering in silence, especially in today, in 2020. Let someone know when you are not okay. Take that chance, because 9 times out of 10, the person that you're letting know, they're also not okay. And you guys can talk about it, and you can work on the resources together to get to a better state. So take care of yourself. We focus a lot on the physical. Don't forget to definitely continue to wear those masks and wash your hands, but also take the moment to wash your thoughts.
Amen. Clean that thought.
Yeah, just wash your thoughts. And let those that have been bothering you float away.
Yes.
So tell the people where to follow us, Jamal.
All right, guys. So thank you so much for a great show. Again, thank you for Arturo. We called you to participate in the show. We're so grateful to have you as a friend of the show and a friend off the show as well. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check us out on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Gmail at rewindwithus@gmail.com. Soon my blog about this episode and the one from last week will be uploaded on JamalSGordon.com. Let us know if you have any wine recommendations, any kings and queens restaurants or businesses that need to be doing their thing. Thank you guys.
Let me know about some trade. Yeah.
Too late, friend. I'm here. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Play that song out for us.
All right.